Hello, everyone. My name is David Salinas, and I'm the co-founder of Soy Startup Latam. Soy Startup Latam is one of the biggest tech and startup communities in Latin America, with over 80,000 members and a million quarterly views on tech-specialized content. I'm also the host of Desafiantes, where we interview entrepreneurs and operators all over Latin America. And I'm also head of product at Suele. At Suele, we empower retailers to win on their own digital channels. I co-created a SaaS product that uses generative AI to assist customers throughout the shopping experience. I'm a product strategist, and I'm a tech content creator. So I'm here to tell you that SaaS and AI can transform your business, but it's not going to fix your product issues. So before we get started, I want to see those hands up in the room. Who in here has heard about ChatGPT or Gemini? Most of the room. You can lower your hands. Who in this room actually knows what generative AI actually means? Half of the room. And I want to know who is already implementing generative AI at a company level now. Wow. So that's what we're here today for, to understand what is Gen AI and how you can leverage it to have a winning product strategy. So let's start with the basics. What is generative AI? So it refers to a category of AI algorithms that can generate new outputs based on data that have been trained on. It all started with these classification models, and the goal of these models was to generate a decision based on what they had. So let's say classifying a picture. And it has quickly moved into generation. So out of a distribution data, which is already quite complicated, it understands it and comes up with new data out of that distribution. So today we will cover two of the most popular models for generation. The models that help you modify existing images or create new ones from scratch, it's called image generation models. The one on the left that you see, it's called image synthesis. Image synthesis will have a set of images or a set of data, and it will modify it using algorithms. Here, I gave the model 10 different pictures, and I asked for it to come up with a sci-fi David, like science fiction David. And the model on the right, it's called stable diffusion. It uses advanced techniques to create new picture or images from scratch using out of a text or a description called a prompt. Here, I asked the AI to generate how would the SaaS monster stage look like in Rio, in Web Summit Rio. And the other picture, I gave this prompt. Please generate a bunch of techies in Rio de Janeiro learning about AI. Not quite so accurate, that one. Would have been fun. And there are also large language models, or GPTs, which these are the ones that generate human-like text to a prompt. GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Models, which is basically a description of what the model does. Some of the most popular use cases for this model are coming up with new ideas, answering, creating text, translating, everything that generates text. ChatGPT is actually an interface that communicates with one of these models. ChatGPT and OpenAI actually are very relevant because they made all of these models go mainstream. Only in a period of 2 months, it acquired over 100 million users. So yes, generative AI can open new possibilities and growth avenues for your business on a global stage. But is your product ready? Did you know that on average, 33% of users in B2B SaaS and only 25% in consumer SaaS get to the activation moment? This is wild. That means that over 70% of the people that sign up to your product never get to experience what they came up for. So you can consider AI fixing your customer journey funnel by applying it to the 4 most important stages, which is awareness, acquisition, onboarding, and activation. You can leverage AI for people to get to know you. You can leverage AI to assist people on the registration process. Then you can apply AI to train and onboard the user. And finally, get them to execute what they came for your product for, whether that's buying, whether that's referring, sharing, whether that's the action value of your SaaS. So today, I want to cover with you 5 different use cases from global companies, global SaaS companies that are already implementing AI to fix their funnel activation. So let's start with awareness. And I want to go from dynamite to sniper, how I call it. Before generative AI, we used to create our marketing materials for one user persona in one language, and we used to throw thousands and hundreds of dollars behind it to get people to know it. But with the power of generative AI, you can create content at scale, talking to the right user persona. With a small marketing team before, that was nearly impossible. You can implement AI tools to hyper-localize content and adopt cultural examples in your product marketing strategy using tools like Dapta. Imagine you are the block from left. You're getting people from India, United States, Brazil, United Kingdom. Before, you could only have one web page with one content in one language. With tools like Dapta, you can translate all of these blocks into local language, adding cultural examples and enriching it with data, transactional data or traffic data to make that blog post specifically to that user persona. This is wild. So let's review a use case that's already using it. On top, a global payroll SaaS for remote workers is hyper-localizing blog entries to country-specific compliance questions. This company operates in over 100 countries and is already taking all of the compliance from each country to generate guides, how-tos, and of course, they're showcasing their product to people that come and learn about that. Once you've taken care of how people come and get to know about your product, it's time to get them registered. And this is the most delicate stage of a funnel, because this is where your users will get confused. And a consumer that has doubts would not get to the activation of your product. Generative AI can help you right there. You can assist the whole registration experience using supervised, fully automated AI chatbots to answer questions in real time. Tools like Customer allow you to connect CRMs, frequent asked questions, knowledge base, support tickets, everything to assist live your customer. Whether you can have a fully automated bot or you can have an assisted bot by your customer support team. Suale, for example, an e-commerce SaaS tools provider, is using chatbots in WhatsApp and in Customer to assist new users in over 6 different countries. We came up with a chatbot in WhatsApp that is already connected to transactional databases, frequent asked questions, catalogs, checkouts, and we're providing it for retailers for them to solve the most burning questions of their consumers. And we are using internal tools and internal chatbots to assist new users that register to our platform, and we have seen the conversion rise over 3%. So once you've taken care of how people discover you and how they registered, it's time for personalization. No user likes to be treated in a generic way or treated as the same other user. It's time to talk to your customer personas here. How about if you use artificial intelligence tools to introduce new functionalities and drive a guided product onboarding using video or audio? Synthesia is a tool that allows you to create text to video with avatars, with local language, with local accent. On the one on the right, Captions AI will allow you to translate an original content from audio or video, keeping the same tonality and putting it in the language and captions of your customer persona. It's wild. At Soy Startup Latam, we're already using AI tools to personalize the onboarding, training new community members to each geography. In Soy Startup Latam, we have people from Mexico, from Colombia, from Chile, from Spain, and we are already talking in their own accent. We have also tested Caption AI to translate over 8,000 pieces of content, original content, and we're testing it in Portuguese, and we're testing it in English. We have already seen how this is working in Brazil and the United States. Before one of these tools, it was unimaginable to do it. And once you've taken care of all of these steps, it's time to take your user to execute the action of value they came to your product for. It's time to get them to that aha moment. You can reduce the time it takes, an average, for a new user to activate on your new product by leveraging tools like Yellow.ai. Yellow AI allows you to create specific paths based on a segment or user behavior. You can even choose how you want to communicate with them, on a friendly tone, on an urgency tone, on a formal tone. For example, Canva, the creator platform, is already using AI to provide users with design suggestions and layouts based on their initial inputs and usage patterns. So With a few basic questions when you get to the platform, they really identify who you are, and with the first movements on the platform, they understand your behavior and they will suggest what you're looking for. These types of tools, leveraging AI, will help your user get to the aha moment as quick as possible. And the cherry on top of the pie. You can use generative AI to analyze the data and extract new insights. You can go from noise to meaningful insights. You can use generative AI to analyze information from your own documents, generate insights and content, or pull specific pieces of information. Using Enterprise OpenAI, you can upload up to 10 different documents, up to 500 megabytes each, combine them and ask it to summarize it, create visualizations, or just extract the insights for you. If you're already integrated, you can integrate databases, transactional, consumer, you name it. Stripe, for example, has signed a partnership where they're already testing over 15 custom GPTs for internal and external customer-facing support. Imagine this. You are a developer. Before, you used to, if you wanted to integrate a product from Stripe, you had to go through all of that documentation or watch hundreds of videos of other developer peers trying to integrate something. Now, you just can ask a question directly to the AI, and it'll direct you to the answer. And if you're a customer using Stripe, you can already chat to your transactional data, ask for insights. How are my sales? Who are my best customers in Brazil? So generative AI is happening as we speak. Have you heard the news? 2023 was a breaking year for investment in generative AI startups. Equity funding topped over 21.8 billion USD across 426 deals. It's not just OpenAI, Inflection, Anthropic, Databricks, Aleph Alpha. In a near future, picture this. Picture a landscape where the size of your team no longer dictates the success of your startup. But beyond the watch out, in 2024, a one-man band can beat 100-person team, a SaaS, by just using the right AI tools. And I would like to finish with this Sam Altman quote. He says, in my little group chat with my tech CEO friends, there's this betting pool for the first year that there is a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been unimaginable without AI, and now this will happen. There are hundreds of solopreneurs that are going after your businesses. Start applying AI today. Of course, there's going to be tons of challenges and opportunities to consider. For example, data and privacy and security. More now than ever, hackers would want to go behind those databases that you're building. Watch out for accuracy and reliability. These models still hallucinate. They invent stuff. Watch out for that. Watch out for the ethics. These large language models are trained on your data. Watch out for biases. Keep on the look for that. Also ensure that there is access and equality for people accessing these models. You might have access to the top best-notch education. People in your company might not. Be sure you are training all of your workforce on how AI works. And of course, be compliant with laws and regulation. So you can also start implementing AI today. Understand it, find a use case in your funnel, and commit to start. Today, use it to acquire, use it to onboard, use it to activate, and use it today. Thank you.